How's your day so far?
It's still pretty good. Just, running some errands, that kind of thing.
Cool. Right on, man. Right on.
Trying to get back into, home life. So.
What? You have
a week now.
You have a life outside of music? Really? That's great.
Yeah. It's a real one.
A real one. Right on, man. Well, I know we're limited on time, so we'll dive right in here. You're a busy man. Besides having a life outside of music, a real life, last year you put out the Alan Land CD. This year you got Adrenaline Mob and Symphony X. I'm surprised that you find time to have a real life.
Yeah, well, the misconception is that all these things just, take up some of my time. But to be quite honest with you, I don't really write in the Alan stuff, so it's just, it's about a week's worth of time for me to do those songs, like a song or two a day. And I actually have duets, so that one's about five, six. I can't really remember, to be honest with you, because I recorded that over 2 years ago. So, that's the other thing. The releases, I don't control when Frontiers puts out the project that I do with them. So it just seems like that's a lot happening right now. But honestly, I recorded the stuff for them for quite a while back, over 2 years.
Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well,
but the Adrenaline Mob was this record now you're hearing was done last summer, and the Symphony X I recorded August of last year. So
you've got some free time on your hands at the moment.
Yeah, no, I'm mistaken. I was definitely October, the Symphony X. But I started it in August with those guys, hearing the song, that's when I finally got some material with those. It was late month of September. And then I recorded all my parts with those guys in about 8 days. So it really isn't that crazy. I mean, something like a Symphony X record, which only comes around once every 5 years, it seems.
Right.
My involvement in it is a grand total of 8 days.
Wow. Wow, that's insane.
But in the past, it was a lot different. But now, Romeo, has a good handle on what he wants and what he wants to do. So he just needs me to come in and do lyrics and melodies, and that's it. That's all I do. The general model is a much larger undertaking because I have to write the songs with them. So.
Right on.
So of all the projects that I'm involved in, this is the one that I probably have most creative responsibilities.
Very cool. Very cool. I want to talk more about the Adrenaline Mob in just a second, but I do want to get a plug in for the Symphony X album that you are planning on releasing this year. So far, the only thing that I've really heard in regard to it is that old school fans are going to really dig it. Is there a difference in old school fans and the older fans versus new? Do you find a diversity in that?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, brother, I haven't even heard it, so it's not done yet. I don't know what the hell's going on. I kind of left Mike alone during the Christmas time because he just shuts everything down, I did speak with him a couple of times during the holidays and asked him where he was with it and if he had delivered the tracks to be mixed, and he hadn't as of yet. So at this point, I don't know what the album sounded like. I know nothing about it, other than the fact that, yes, I have heard the songs, obviously, and I recorded the singing part. And there is definitely something there for everybody, not just the old fans, but current and hopefully new fans as well.
Very cool.
But it does have more of a melodic, my singing takes on a remnants of the early stuff. It's a little cleaner at times than it has been recent past 2 albums. I think that's what whoever made that quote, that's what they're referring to.
Okay, gotcha. All right, man. Well, I'm definitely looking forward to that one, as I'm sure a lot of people are. Back to the Adrenaline Mob CD. I'm curious to know, I mean, was this something just to put out to keep the name of the band alive? I mean, it's not another covers album per se, but there's 4 covers on there and then some acoustic stuff. Is there plans for another full-length album, all original material? I mean, what was the mindset in releasing this at this time?
we had last year was pretty trying for us. We got into that accident that is pretty serious, and I think we all just kind of took a step back from that and spent time with our families over the summer to gain some perspective. Didn't really take any work. And I think this album was just a way for us to kind of, get back out, reaffirm ourselves in this whole thing. And we've gone through so much crap for a band that's only been together a couple of years. Member changes and accidents and buses breaking on fire. We just had a ton of misfortune here, but we seem to be able to have stood up to it so far. So the idea was basically to get out the music that we wanted people to hear. Not that we were totally directed by the label or management, but we definitely, like songs like The Eve of the Night, we were told, this should not be on the album. And me and Mike, it was the first time we wrote for the record, and we felt we should put it on there. So, we trusted people around us to help guide us through this thing. I have enough tenure in this business to put my faith in the quote-unquote old system, and I figured it would benefit us, but it didn't really do what we were hoping for. So now we're just kind of doing what we want to do and letting the fans know that, yes, we're still around. We didn't give up after the accident and all that stuff, and we've got a new bass player that we're excited about, and we're just trudging ahead. We'll see what happens with this, but obviously we want to continue this, and I think we've got good songs together. Definitely doing a new drama mob record at some point, but right now I think it's time that we get out there with this and show people what we can do.
Very cool, man. Definitely. And in regard to the accident, yeah, it seems like, I don't know if it's just because we're so connected via social media and technology these days. You hear about so many bands. It seems like there's an overabundance of accidents out there, and it's just a shame. You guys are out there doing it, and it's like, why is tragedy drawn in direction of bands? I don't know.
I guess it makes for good life drama to entertain the masses. It's just we become not in a weird way. We become human when these things happen all of a sudden.
Right. That's true.
And stuff. But I'm just really, really thanking God that no one got hurt, seriously injured, and we all came out of that thing living and breathing. For a lot of guys, that would have been it. They pulled it up the pants and called it a day. But I'm really proud of this band, and I'm proud of the fact that these guys have a lot of, around this area of the country, what we like to call, they have a lot of balls,
Mm-hmm.
So, to get back out on the road and not give up on something like this, it's very commendable. And especially in this day and age when the record business is just completely nosedive.
Right. Absolutely. So talk about songs for a minute. Here, are you okay?
Sorry, what'd you say, Ben? Yeah, I didn't hear your question. What'd you say?
I said we'll talk about a couple of songs here for a minute. Of course, I'm drawn instantly to the covers that are here. The Sabbath, of course, you can't go wrong with Sabbath. That's actually my favorite Sabbath song, Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath. So hearing it even heavier, just more powerful, totally digging on that. Another favorite is The Devil Went Down to Georgia. Wasn't too sure about that one. It's a fantastic sounding song, but I've got to say, man, where's the fiddles? It's a song about fiddle players.
Well, the fiddle has also been slang for the guitar in rock and heavy metal. So that terminology is carried over into the rock and roll vernacular, if you will. So we felt it was a fit. Obviously, Orlando's playing ability, that's the song where we get to showcase his shredding prowess. So, we kind of let the fiddles out of it, leave that stuff to the Symphony X guys.
Right on, man. Now, you did mention you have a new bass player, and I don't know, it seems like member changes seem to go with the territory for bands these days. It's really difficult to hold on to a consistent lineup. In addition to your bass player, of course, AJ Perro is on drums now, which is a surprise. I mean, I having last I heard, Portnoy was still in the band, but there's so many bands trying to keep up on these days. Things get by me sometimes.
Yeah.
What's the differences in that? I mean, a lot of people, I think AJ's a great drummer, but some people are like, oh well, from Portnoy, who's supposed to be like Mr. Extraordinaire. Have you found any negative criticism against that?
Yeah, I mean, his fan base is super enamored for what he is and what he can do, and Mike Portnoy is an incredibly talented, gifted drummer, no doubt. He's a good band leader in terms of like not leading the band as a whole, but like on stage. He sits back there and he knows how to. He's a master at like crafting a jam,
Mm-hmm.
and things like that. But a General Mom isn't a jam band, so in a lot of respect, AJ Farrow, came in and fit the mold perfectly because he's a pounder. I mean, the guy's he's a glue pocket pounding drummer that plays with a lot of power. But he does have the chops, which is surprising to a lot of folks because they only know him from his Twisted Sister thing and don't know that he's got a huge jazz background. He loves swing. I mean, you can hear it in tracks like The Modest Back. You can hear it in Get You Through the Night, this new track that we put out that was from the sessions. That's the style of playing of AJ that I love the most. That Van Halen sort of vibe, that swing vibe. But he plays it in a way that's just it's just heavy. It's got balls, it's really cool. So
yeah.
The difference in playing between the two guys has changed the style of the band. So if you see the band play or you hear the music, I mean, there's just a groove there that's different. It's more of a rock kind of a vibe. Whereas Portnoy brought more of that lightning, like a fiery sort of playing that he does with his finesse, the way he does his fills and how amazing his timing is. With AJ, he's just an engine back there. I mean, his drum kit is a '57 Chevy. I'm not seeing pictures, but he made this old. We brought out the old Ford. He's the first guy to do Ford pick drums, the trash can set. So he did this. I asked him. I said, I want you to be the engine of this band. And so he literally took it. He took it literally and made a kit that looks like the engine sitting inside an old muscle car.
That's awesome.
He's into theatrics. He did it, and he's just a great guy all around too. He's really cool to be on the road with. AJ's the kind of guy who will play the whole gig, let his balls off, and he'll grab a towel, and then he'll start helping the roadies load the trailer. That's it. No matter if we're playing in front of 10,000 or 10 people, it doesn't matter. He's that guy,
Yeah.
and the crew, he's geared by the crew and everybody on the tour because he's just an everyday kind of guy, down to earth, hard worker, and I got nothing but respect for him. I love to be with him.
Right. No, I totally hear you, man. And yeah, I've always been a fan of his drumming. I didn't know about the jazz stuff, but that's very interesting to know. I think he's a good fit. So yeah. So last question, I'll let you go.
Okay.
Are you going to be touring with this band anytime soon?
Yes, we are going to South America for sure in May. But I got to tell you, man, I'm getting bombarded with interviews for this release, way more than I did for the first two, for Men of Honor or Omerta, which is very exciting to say the least. If we can continue to get this sort of buzz going, I'm hoping to be out with as an opening slot with the band sometime in the spring here coming up.
Okay.
That's the plan.
Very cool. Well, I definitely look forward to when you guys get into the LA area, catch a show there.
I can't wait to get back to the old stomping ground. So.
Yeah, man. Well, right on, Russell. I thank you so much for your time. It's been a pleasure. Great album. Looking forward to everything that 2015 will bring.
Me too, man. Thanks for your time. Thanks for all you do to help out.
All right, man. You have a good one now.
All right, dude. Take it easy.
Right.